Hey guys, believe it or not, I'm still struggling with this steering column, and you know, I'm not a Ford person, guys. I was trained by Chrysler at the dealership many years ago, and I've always learned to do things a certain way, to expect certain things from car manufacturers. And this Ford has pretty much broken all of them, all my expectations, the assumptions that I've made about how these cars are put together have been at least half the time wrong. And here's a good example of that. So, for the last 4 hours, I have been struggling to figure out how to get the turn signal switch out of this van. And so I took everything apart. I took the gear selector off. I went back there and I took off all the bolts, the locator bolts, the gear shift indicator. I just could not figure out how to get the turn signal switch out. So finally, I just got so frustrated, I cut it out. I cut it in half. There you go. I cut it in half, just out of pure frustration. So I got it out. And now I have to figure out how to put the new one in. And I was so frustrated, I sat back, and sometimes you just got to do this, guys. Go to the back of your van, sit down, have a beer, and work the problem. You know, like Gene Krantz over at NASA always used to say, work the problem. So I was staring at the connector, and I realized how Ford did this, which is totally different than Dodge. If you want to remove a turn signal switch from a Ford, you don't cut the harness in half like I just did, like an idiot. The answer is super easy. And I had to sit there and think about it, stare at the parts, and then, like a big red beacon, a big red flag, it just came to me. So here you go. I'm going to put my camera down here and I'm going to show you best I can. This is the connector that will never pass through the space provided in the steering column. And I took the steering column down as far as I could, when the answer was this red flag, or this little red strip. And how this works, after I stared at it for a few seconds, was that there's a little slit right there. And what you do is you take a metal scratch or something very thin, and you throw it in there, and you kind of wiggle it for a few seconds. And once that comes out, you can take this lock strip out, and voila! Now you can take the individual wires out. There's these little tabs that you have to lift up on. I don't know if you can see it, sorry. These little tabs you lift up on, and while you lift up on it, you have to push the terminal out. And that's it. You just have to remember what wire went where, and that's it. Then the wiring will pass right through that little hole. I can't believe I just spent 4 hours taking stuff apart only to have the answer staring straight in my face the whole time. Alright, hopefully I can get this thing finally back together after I have another beer. Alright, see you later.